Welcome back to another video on the channel, where this time I'm talking about FIFA Women's World Cup Groups E to H, and there were a lot of surprises and I can't wait to talk about those, and I'm gonna talk about some of the results as well as the final standings, but I want to hear your thoughts in the comments because I certainly did not see that one coming, that both Brazil and Germany would already be out of this tournament when the group stages have been played. So I want to hear your thoughts in the comments. And what do you make out of these groups now that all the matches have been played? And which was the biggest upset for you? Was it Brazil getting knocked out or Germany? For me, probably Germany. But going through, starting with Group E first, ending with Group H. And Group E, Netherlands and USA both going through. Not surprising to me, though the order was a bit surprising because USA, I thought, even though it was quite tough group, or at least Netherlands not an easy opponent, I thought USA would win this group, but they had some struggles and actually they were pretty close to getting knocked out by Portugal, who finished only with 4 points, or not only with 4 points, but only 1 point behind USA, and had that shot gone in and not hit the post, USA would be out, so they have to feel kind of maybe lucky that they are in this point of this tournament, and facing Sweden, who are one of the best teams right now in this tournament. I would say that it's not going to be an easy task, but that should be a fantastic game. Vietnam, they really didn't have all that much chance in this group. They lost to Netherlands 7-0 in the last match, and for Netherlands, 7 points, only points that they lost was 1-1 draw against USA, and I thought in that match as well, they played well, so Netherlands, it's looking good for them so far in this tournament, and I would go so far to say that at least in this group they were the best team, and well, it shows in the standings. Portugal, I feel like they deserved a bit more. They were close to getting to round of 16, but they just couldn't get there. But it was still a good performance from them in this tournament. If United States nearly getting knocked out in the group stages was not enough of a surprise to you, then Group F would provide even bigger surprise, as it did happen. One of the favorites did get knocked out, this time Brazil with 4 points alongside Panama. They are out of this tournament, and I really expected more from Brazil. I thought they had an outsider chance to win this tournament, but well, alas, they didn't. And they won their first match against Panama. I thought they were great in that match, but then they lost 2-1 to, not to Brazil, but Brazil lost 2-1 to France, and Wendy Renard scoring a key goal there from corner. And after that really Jamaica match, I didn't think it was their best match either, and they just couldn't create enough. Although I have to say France, Jamaica, two countries to get through. Jamaica, it was great defensive performance from them against Brazil, and France as well. Only game that they scored goals was against Panama. But, that was enough to get them out of the group. 2 goalless draws against France and Brazil. And Jamaica, they are going to meet Colombia in the round of 16. And that should be interesting matchup. Because I do think Colombia probably attacks and Jamaica defends. But I hope that we get to see more of Jamaica attacking as well. Even though I like surprises and Jamaica provided that Colombia, Brazil, that would certainly have been something to watch in my opinion. It could have been attacking football at its finest. And France, they won this group with 7 points. Really important win after that first goalless draw against Jamaica. Then they beat Brazil, that was the important win. And then in the last match of the group, it was just, I don't really know what to say about that match against Panama. 6-3 win there, Marta Cox, amazing goal there for Panama to open the goal scoring. And what a free kick that was for Panama. And then Diani scored a hat-trick, and France, they just took the game away from Panama. I would say France, their performance got better in every game, even though they conceded 3 goals against Panama. But still, I do think France could still have a chance to win this tournament, even though they didn't win their first match. But big surprise from this Group F, as I said, Brazil getting grouped. I was shocked with that. Worth to mention also in the Group F that for Brazil, Marta ended up retiring, one of the most legendary female footballers, so I wish all the best for her. And well, she was unlucky that she didn't score in this tournament, but well, she did get to play most of the minutes in the last match, so at least that was something for her. And moving to Group G next, and Sweden, South Africa. South Africa probably was surprised to me ahead of Italy, but they beat Italy 3-2 in the last match of this group, and it was a thriller of a match. I really thought South Africa maybe had blown another lead when Italy equalized, but just crazy match, crazy on goal for Italy, and winning goal. It was a bit of a breakdown from Italy defensively, but great play from South Africa there. And they are going to meet Netherlands. I don't suggest that South Africa is going to be easy opponent for Netherlands. And worth to mention, South Africa, they have led every match in this tournament so far. So they now know how to score goals. So Netherlands defense, they need to be ready. The other team, Sweden, who got out of this group, and Sweden 9 points there, not much else to say. Even though they went 1-0 down against South Africa, after that really they just were amazing in this group, and especially that win 5-0 against Italy, that was something else. And yeah, interesting to see what Sweden does against USA. That should be a great match. And well, Italy 3 points, only 1 point difference there with them and South Africa, but losing that match, the last match, it really hurts them. And even though they beat Argentina, after that really it was downhill, and that loss to Sweden 5-0, it just was not great defensively from them. Argentina ended up being the last team in the group. I didn't think Argentina were bad in this group by any means, even though they got only 1 point. They had chance to get more, but they were a bit unlucky, I thought, especially that loss against Italy. They had a chance to get more out of that game. And then Group H, and well, what happened there with Germany, I don't really know. 4 points there, and they got knocked out, and I'm not really sure how to talk about this, because I love surprises, obviously, Morocco getting through, but Germany, one of the best teams, I thought, or they could have been one of the best teams, best countries in this tournament, and genuine chance to win this and win it all, but they ended up being knocked out of this group stage, or in Group H, and Colombia and Morocco ended up going through. Colombia beating Germany in the second match, that really was a key, and also South Korea, even though first two matches were a bit tough for them, they didn't get any points. Then they got one important point, or well, not for them, but important for this group, 1-1 draw against Germany. And I thought maybe Germany, even though they beat Morocco 6-0 in that opening match, I thought they maybe were a bit over-reliant on Pop scoring the goals. She scored 4 in this tournament and scored against South Korea. But there were not really other players who got that many chances or that many great chances for Germany. And maybe that was one of the reasons why Germany are out at this stage already. And they just couldn't create enough chances. I thought that was one of the reasons. And also just defensive breakdown in that first goal for South Korea in that last match. And Colombia, even though, well, 1-0 loss against Morocco in the last match, 6 points there, they won the group and will face Jamaica. I expect them to be favorites in this match, and I wouldn't be surprised if they get to quarterfinals. And other than that loss against Morocco, I thought they were great against Germany as well as against South Korea, and Linda Caicedo, I'm excited to see more of her in the round of 16. And Morocco, well, can they do it again? It's really a question. Against France, I wouldn't be surprised if France would win this, but well, nothing was expected from Morocco in the World Cup 2022, and they ended up knocking out Spain and Portugal, but they faced France there and got knocked out there, so maybe revenge incoming from Moroccan side, this time from female football. What are your thoughts of these crazy groups E to H and Brazil, Germany, for example, getting knocked out? I was just amazed how that happened, but it did end up happening, and some of the top countries already out of this tournament, Canada earlier, and this time Brazil, Germany, and even United States close to getting knocked out. What are your thoughts? and hit the like and subscribe for more football content, and have a nice day.